What if you could play a movie like a choose-your-own-adventure book? Like instead of just watching a film, you got to make decisions for the characters in real time, and then saw how those decisions affected the story. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but instead of reading the story, you actually get to experience it. Now, I don't want to spoil anything here, but just know that you'll have a lot of opportunities to make some very important decisions. A man who attends his 10-year high school reunion and finds himself trapped in a mystery when the star quarterback of their team goes missing. This film consists of 5 terrifying tales that are presented as found-footage-style films within the film. And before I tell you about it, I want you to ask yourself, have you ever been rejected so badly that you wanted to die? After signing up, you're contacted by someone who gives you instructions on how to access the game. And while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. But once you log in, you realize that you're not playing a game at all. You're trapped inside a virtual reality world where you must solve puzzles and escape before time runs out. Now don't worry, you're not actually trapped. This is just a movie. However, the movie is designed to be as immersive as possible, and you'll feel like you're really in the game. In fact, the creators of the movie claim that it is 80% of the way towards achieving true virtual reality. The thing is, I won't spoil anything, but I will say that there are quite a few glitches in the Matrix. This is because the technology needed to fully realize VR isn't quite there yet, and there are plenty of bugs in the system. These bugs often result in strange visual effects and sometimes even break the fourth wall. Now, if you're a fan of sci-fi and technology thrillers, then this is the movie for you. It's fast-paced and full of surprises that will keep you guessing until the very end. No. Well, if the answer is yes, then this movie is for you. It follows the story of Ryan, played by Josh Henderson, a man who is so desperate to find love that he signs up for an experimental dating program that pairs up singles based on complex algorithms. But things quickly go awry when he's paired with 10 women who all seem to be insane. You play as Ryan and get to choose which woman he dates next. Now, I won't spoil anything, but let's just say that none of these women are right in the head. These women range from religious fanatics to pyromaniacs, all of which pose a potential threat to Ryan's life. Throughout the film, you'll be faced with making tough decisions about which women to date and which ones to avoid. But be careful, because every decision counts, and the wrong choice could lead to disaster. So if you like dark comedies with a bit of a love story mixed in, then this one's for you. Just be prepared for some pretty messed up characters. You play as the main character who discovers a box of VHS tapes left by a mysterious caretaker who recently passed away. Each tape contains one of the aforementioned stories, and you get to choose which one you want to watch next. Now here's where it gets interesting. As you watch each story unfold, you'll be faced with making decisions for the characters that appear on screen, such as whether or not to run away or stand and fight. But if you think that these decisions will somehow change the outcome of the story, you'd be wrong. The thing is, the entire point of this movie is that no matter what you choose, everyone's doomed. The whole point of this movie is to terrify you, and to achieve this goal, they use some pretty effective scares. It's not jump scares, but rather psychological horror that builds tension and leaves you feeling uneasy. I highly recommend this one for any horror fans out there looking for something fresh and new. Just be prepared to scream. The choices that you make will determine not only how the film plays out, but also how the character of Jake develops. As the film progresses, you'll face moral dilemmas that will force you to decide what kind of person Jake is going to be during this reunion. Are you going to be heroic or selfish? Loyal or disloyal? Courageous or cowardly? It's all up to you. And while this movie does have a set storyline, your choices do affect how things play out, including the ending. Depending on your choices, you can find the missing quarterback or fail to do so. You can bring people together or tear them apart. You can also romance one of your high school crushes or just stay platonic. Ultimately, the choices are yours, and the filmmakers did a good job of writing the script so that every option feels viable. If you like mysteries with a bit of romance on the side, then this is the movie for you. Like whether or not you want to trust a mysterious woman who appears early on in the film. Trust her, and she might help you uncover the truth behind the plot against you. Don't, and well, you might just end up dead, so it is pretty important. And there will be plenty more of these tough calls to make throughout the course of the film. Now, let me tell you now, even though this isn't a very long movie, it was filmed with several dozen camera angles, and each scene has about 3 or 4 different options for what you can do. So there are many paths that your movie night take. Now, one thing that really adds to the realism of this film is that all of the characters react to your decisions in real time, and this makes the world feel alive. On top of that, the film uses a fair bit of audience participation too. At certain points, they'll ask you questions and then show you the results based on how you answer. This creates an extremely high replay value as every single choice matters. In fact, you'll probably need to watch the movie a few times to see everything it has to offer. Not only that, but there are also 7 different endings that you can achieve depending on your choices. And as far as the reception for this film goes, it has generally received positive reviews from critics who consider it to be one of the best examples of an interactive movie ever made. Well, it turns out that this is not a gimmick at all. In fact, there are movies that have been made specifically for this kind of interactivity. But they don't work by branching off into multiple different storylines depending on your choices. Instead, they keep the same basic storyline throughout, but the choices that you make affect more than you might think. And you'll be surprised by just how much these films rely on your input to actually get through them. It's me, and you're watching this channel. Join me today as we look at some of the most interactive movies ever made. Viewer discretion is advised for this video, as some of the following videos contain material that may be inappropriate for young viewers. First up is The Ninth Gate, which puts you in the role of a rare book dealer who gets framed for selling a book containing the secrets to summoning the devil. Next up is 10 Year of the Dog, where you take on the role of Jake. Next up is Scare Package, which is less of a movie and more of a horror anthology. The next film is called Dating. Next up is Escape the Room, which takes you to a website where you can sign up to test out a new virtual reality escape room experience. So there you have it, some of the most interactive movies ever made. Which one will you watch first? Let me know in the comments below.